Christians. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is our fourth in the series, the fourth economic outlook meeting under my tenure. And since we hope that, or not the hope, is the certainty that we are going to hand over this year, perhaps that's why my speech is a little bit longer. It's like a 4-year economic outlook meeting. So let me also stand on the existing protocol as established by our rapporteur to make this my humble submission. When Robert Schuller wrote in his book, "Tough times never last, but tough people do," it was as if actually his primary constituency is Nigeria. What we have seen in the last couple of years, particularly in the last 1 to 3 years, is quite unprecedented. The pharmaceutical industry in Nigeria seems to be worst hit, though this is quite a global phenomenon. It's not only peculiar to Nigeria. It has been an era of uncertainties and unpredictabilities in the past 2 to 3 years. To see an investor in the pharma industry, in particular in Nigeria today, still standing, is akin to seeing a very tough guy, a tough dude, who has weathered all the storms and is still standing. Our faith in a better tomorrow is, however, uncommon. It has always been my wish that despite all the challenges, the Nigerian pharma industry will become so big, robust, and much viable than it is presently. It is in the light of this that I and my administration always take the annual Economic Outlook Meetings through CEOs Forum seriously and ensure that immense attention is given to it. And that's why we are gathered here today. We see this program as a stepping stone to coming together as a unit, discuss impending challenges as we are facing, and then brainstorm on ways to surmount this problem. And that's what we are going to have immediately after the keynote. We are going to go into what looks like a town hall meeting where all the CEOs will be free to air their views on what we can do, honestly, to handle the challenges presently confronting us. On this note, ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you all to this year's program. You are all august personalities in your various unique ways, and I must say that I'm honored to have you all here for common cause under the same roof. We do not take your presence here for granted. The theme for this year focuses on surviving the shocks and taming the tides within our dear industry. The average investor in the pharma industry has seen and probably survived a lot of shocks, from serious economic uncertainties and political and social turmoil to an array of national disasters. You will be wondering how we have remained standing. Most of us here have gone through personal traumas like kidnapping, declining health, and violent crimes. It is indeed a period of unprecedented struggles and upheavals. From manufacturing to importation of finished goods, the story is the same, very pathetic. The entire pharmaceutical value chain is riddled with unprecedented challenges. Have you ever wondered how a manufacturing company is coping with securing a steady and stable power supply to roll out essential medicine for the country? Have you ever given it a thought? Getting enough forests from the black market to finance her businesses, handling the exorbitant prices of diesel to power the plant activities, and finally, facing the challenges of distributing the products to all the nooks and crannies in the midst of ever-growing security challenges and kidnapping for ransom business. Tough times never last, but tough people do. At the port, it looks as if everyone is waiting for us to have their pounds of flesh. A container, which before now you can clear, like a 40-feet container. 3 years ago or 4 years ago, you can clear with about 10 million naira. You can hardly do it right now with anything less than 30 million. The regulatory authorities have also, in their own way, not helped matters. We have at various times accused our regulatory authorities of becoming more of a revenue-yielding enterprise than a regulatory body. It is still subject to debate. Yet, we complain every day about the rising costs of essential medicines in Nigeria. Yet, we complain about the exit of multinationals from the country. The fact remains that not all of us, when we say top people, Tough times never last, but tough people do. Not all of us are quite tough. So many local companies, I can assure you, in the last couple of years, 1 to 2 years, have actually closed down. They can't face it. They can't face the challenge. Not everybody has what it takes, like EMSA or FPSN or this or GSK. Even GSK quit demonstration, we know they are no longer here. To them, they can no longer survive the shocks in their businesses. Things to them have fallen apart, and the center can no longer hold. A radical problem, we are told, ladies and gentlemen, requires a surgical excision. When the going gets tough, the tough gets going. Quitting, we are told, is not an option. Winners don't quit, and quitters don't win. And this has been our bedrock of philosophy and has kept us going. The saying that, try one more time. There is always light at the end of the tunnel. And that's the advice we are giving today from the Association of Industrial Pharmacists of Nigeria. And we have carefully selected a keynote address speaker, Mr. Elenzenda Ayola Oko, who we are certain will do justice to this team. His achievements in related fields speaks quite a volume. I'm also glad to have Dr. Fidelis Ayebe as our chairman of the occasion. He's a veteran in the pharmaceutical business, and I'm sure he will also be willing to share his thoughts with us on the way forward. Thank you for gracing this occasion with your presence, sirs. My gratitude also goes to all the ESCO members and secretariat staff for their support. This is the last Economic Outlook CEO Forum to be organized by this present NAIP Executive Council. Our tenure is due to end in June, when we shall hopefully hand over to a new, more vibrant crop of executives. At this juncture, I want to specifically and immensely appreciate all captains of industry for their unquantifiable support they have rendered to us at various points to organize this successful event. Our gratitude also knows no bound, and pray to Almighty God will continue to prosper each and every one of you, your companies beyond expectation. I also want to implore us to lend the same level of support to the incoming ESCO so that the standard already created by NAIP will not fall. Finally, I want to urge us to let us have this dream together, that one day we all shall wake up to see our country become a force to reckon with in the pharma industry, similar to what we see in countries like India, Malaysia, China, and all the rest of them. That one day the pharma industry contribution to the country's GDP can hit 10% or even higher. As I'm talking to you now, the overall contribution to GDP from the pharma industry is not even up to 2%. Totally insignificant. And let us also share in the dream that our government will provide the enabling environment for pharmaceutical businesses to thrive, and our regulatory bodies work duly in tandem with the industry to support their growth and promote access to essential medicine and guarantee medicine security in the country. That day, ladies and gentlemen, must come. It is possible. Let's be strong. Let's get more focused on our journey and avoid the temptation of settling for the average, because average cannot make us a champion. I want to thank and welcome you all to this special event, wishing you a very rewarding and successful stay. Thank you, and God bless you all. Thank you.